You know you need backlinks, but you're struggling with how to get them. I'm not going to give you the exact sites you can go to for backlinks, because unless your site is just like mine, they're not going to do you any good. But what I am going to do is share 3 strategies I use for finding backlinks that you can apply to your site today. My name's Leslie Peterson, and I help bloggers grow their business consistently and with a plan. Less rat race, more cheese. First, I want you to keep your eyes open for partnerships with large brands that may look sketchy at first glance. As bloggers, we've been conditioned for so many years to avoid emails that include things like for free and exposure, because we've been burned again and again, and no one can pay their bills with exposure. But the truth is, you can pay your bills with sensational articles ranking on page 1, and getting do follow backlinks to get you there will help you. So for exposure, a backlink in that capacity is important. I have a relationship with a large brand in the travel space that offers me the ability to put a do follow backlink on their site anytime I want. And it's a DA93 site. When the opportunity arose, it wasn't presented as a backlink opportunity though. It was presented like this. We're trying to grow the number of informational articles on our site, and we'd like to invite you to be part of that. Okay, they're a $2 billion company, but they lacked the finesse when it came to sharing the benefits of their partnership. Now, I know very few other bloggers that were presented with this opportunity that took it, except for some of my close friends who got some smack talk from me about ignoring it. A quick check at their example showed me it was all do follow links, so I jumped on it while everybody else was complaining about being asked to share for free. Do follow links are the currency of the internet. It is a payment if you think about it clearly. So here's my plea to you though. Once you get a partnership like that, use it. Every travel article I have goes on that site for a backlink, and I know others aren't doing that consistently, which makes it a waste. When you get these partnerships, use them. I use Monday.com to track my entire inventory, including where I've secured backlinks. I have about 12 relationships like this. Some are restricted, others are wide open, but almost every post I ever write gets at least 8 backlinks on day 1 from a partnership like this. Okay, second, make a practice of asking for backlinks. Let's say you write a post for the best luggage travel company. Samsonite and American Tourister are not going to give you backlinks, but once the post starts rising, smaller luggage companies are going to reach out. They'll want to be added. So you can do a couple of things depending on your need for the backlink. Of course, you could ignore them. You can tell them they can be added for a price like we talked about in the featured listings video, or you can offer to add them provided it's a solid piece of luggage that you'd recommend in exchange for a backlink from them. Usually, not always, brands, destination, businesses, they have news pages where they can add you if they were mentioned. So if you complete a campaign for a brand, ask them for a backlink. Tell them it's important to getting your post ranked, and if they help you, then it ultimately helps them. So even if only 15 or 20% of the brands that you work with do this, it's still worth the ask. If you have a really good relationship with the brand and you have multiple articles about them, ask if you can write a guest post on their site and include links to all of your articles. If you pitch a brand and they want to work with you, but they can't meet your price expectations, agree to a lesser price in exchange for a backlink. Now, when you're asked to be on TV or radio or podcasts, ask them to link to a specific post related to the topic you're talking about and not just your homepage. Normalize asking for the backlink, especially when you're doing work for free, but even if you're not. Now, before I give you the third idea, which is one of my new favorites, do me a favor. If you're enjoying these tips, please subscribe to this channel where we share blogging tips like this every week, and you can download our free blog post update checklist, which includes adding backlinks, from the link below. Okay, last tip today, and I call it the re-ask or the reciprocating ask. Chances are if you own a blog like me, you're getting upwards of 30 emails a day from people asking you for a backlink. These are strangers. So it's gotten really bad over time, and I know they can be really annoying. They're usually from companies that have been hired to generate backlinks for another company. That thing I told you about in the last video that our company avoids. Now, I'm not gonna lie, most of these are ridiculous asks. They come from really poor businesses outside of my niche. They're not an opportunity in sight to add a link with context. But every single email that comes in, I read it because a good 15% are gems. They come from companies that are working with a great website that is a good backlink for us. But I don't take their money for the exchange. I never do that, and I don't recommend that you do either. Here's what I do. When a solid match comes in, I offer to add it if they reciprocate. Some people won't do it because they're blinded by the reciprocating backlink myth I talked about last week. Some people don't have the authority to do it, so they have to ask. Some people jump on the opportunity. If you have two sites like I do, one with a high DA and one with a lower DA because it's new, you can offer to link from your higher DA site in an effort to get them to link to your lower DA site, and that helps calm people down who have fallen for the myth also. If you're part of a canonical backlinking relationship like MSN Start, then you can let them know that they'll get a backlink from you and from MSN, which always sweetens the pot. So this technique takes persistence because only a small portion of the people asking you are worth working with, and only a subset of those people are going to agree to do it. But if you put aside your ego, create a great template for sending out when the right opportunity comes up, and you don't give up, you'll be rewarded. I only started this technique this year, and I've already got about 50 backlinks this way, each one from a different domain, which we know is ideal. Now, some people ask if I keep track of all those backlinks over time, making sure that they keep the backlink that I offered. You could, I guess, but I don't. I don't really have a lot of time for that, and I believe wholeheartedly in karma. Both my good karma, because I keep my word, and bad karma, which comes to those who don't keep their word. But that's just me.